Guys, we had a live stream yesterday that ended up hitting me really hard. It ended up hitting me really hard with an epiphany last night. And it was, again, I keep using the word hard because apparently I like that word. It was really hard hitting to me. And it made me realize something. And that is, I make jokes about being old all the time. I'm 61. It's not ancient, but it's not young. And I've decided that with whatever number of days I have left, I would really like to spend it trying to make a difference, help people out wherever I can, do things that might make things better for the generations that are behind me, which is most everybody now. And this all came about because that stream yesterday was about being able to vent or come in for advice. You know, people come and just vent about what's bothering them, ask for advice from me and from the others in there about things that they're dealing with. And at one point during the stream, Chrome even mentioned that. She said, geez, it seems like a lot of people are really on the edge right now. And that's a lot of the reason why I put that stream in there. Because being an old fart, since I've had this channel, I've had a lot of people that'll come to me, reach out to me in private messaging or what have you, saying, hey, Curtis, what do you think about this? Or can you give me some advice on that? And I think it's just because, again, I'm old, so there's a lot of people that don't have a father figure, grandfather figure in their life. And especially when you're hurting and when you're struggling, when you're trying to find your way, you just reach out to anybody that can give you a different perspective or maybe a lift up. And I'll tell you, it doesn't matter how busy I get, how busy I've been, I will always and have always made time to answer those questions or those calls with complete and total thoroughness. I will put everything else on hold for them because that's what I want to do. I mean, it's not because I feel like I have to. It's something I want to do. And that has all led me to, I want to, what little bit I can do in whatever type of reach I can generate from having this channel, I want to make things better for the guys who are following behind, guys and girls, all of you who are following behind me. And I think the best way to do that is nothing's going to change here as far as content on the channel. Don't get me wrong. It's still going to be for comedy. But I'm going to also use this platform to do just that, to try and fulfill what I want to do, which is trying to make a difference. That comes in the sense of having more of those, advice and lifting people up type of streams. But it's going to go further. I'm so tired. And we talk about this all the time in the streams, of the stupidity and within our government and within the governments of the world right now, and that the whole world is just like this and everything is split into sides. And if you're on one side and the other side has an idea, you immediately have to fight it. You have to be against it 100%. It has to be a bad idea because that team had it. You don't even try and pick and choose. It might be overall a bad idea. But within that idea, there might be little nuggets that everybody can use to make it better. Nobody right now, not the politicians, certainly not the media, nobody is interested in making things better for all. Everybody is interested in their team winning. And can I stop that? Probably not. But as a crotchety and grizzled, for lack of a better word, veteran of living, I can give it a hell of a shot. I'm tired of it. And I want to take these streams and I want to call, and by that I mean the politicians out on this stuff. And I want to talk to you guys about why I think doing this way will help you able to live a better life, or doing that way. And not telling you what to do, just offering up advice, and saying, hey, this is what I think. Take it or leave it, but doesn't it sound like a good idea? And that's what I want to do. So we're going to be doing a lot of streams along those lines. We'll be delving into politics and what's going on in the world, as well as, talking to people, just allowing you guys to not only have bounce things off me, but bounce things off the other people in the community that are in there. I want this to make a difference. Now, there's a lot of things we can't talk about on YouTube. I wanted to talk about, I was just thinking one of the topics I'd like to go off on, because we still talk about COVID a lot, and now we've got the anti-vax versus the pro-vax people and everything. You can't even cover that on YouTube. because they're so terrified of whatever. You run the risk of getting a strike. Even if, like me, one of the reasons I feel comfortable with having political conversations when a lot of YouTubers won't, because they're afraid it'll hurt their channel viewership or whatever. I don't have any extreme ideas. I'm pretty much as center as you can get in the respect that I'm willing to accept ideas from the right, from the left, from the center, from anywhere. That's how I look at things. And I think you guys that are in there with me will agree. So I have no concerns that somebody's going to be offended because I'm doing political stuff, because I don't have any views that I would consider all that offensive. Maybe I'm wrong. We're going to find out. But what I was starting to say is I'm even going to use, when we want to do these streams, if we want to talk about COVID or any one of the bugaboo items, or if there's anything to do with racism or this, that, or the other that we want to talk about that makes YouTube immediately nervous, and once they see you discuss those things, looking for a way to get you the hell off their platform, I'm going to subscribe to another, it's another form of live streaming, Crowdcast. I have to pay for it, but it's well worth it, because we can talk about whatever we want. We can bring any type of content in there we want. And what I would do is I would just post it to the YouTube channel saying, okay, we might even start a stream at the YouTube channel. And I would say, all right, now, we got the gang in here. Let's go over to Crowdcast and we'll be able to actually talk about it in depth. But the bottom line to this is, for whatever days, as I said, that I have left, that's what I want to do. I want to see if I can do things that can make a difference. And who knows? There is a lot of potential reach out there with YouTube. Maybe we can get enough people involved that we can make somebody start to take notice. It's been funny because I've even entertained it myself in the past, because we'll have those political conversations and somebody always says, Curtis for president, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I wouldn't want to be president. What I'd like to do, I wish I could get nominated just so I could be on a debate stage with those idiots. Because the front runners from both parties are a lot of the reason we're in the situation we're in. And whether they admit it or not, they're the ones who create most of this turmoil and this butting of heads. Because they see themselves on teams now. And I just think it would be so much fun to be on a debate stage where you could get these people, both sides of the aisle, whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, whether it's Harris, whether it's DeSantis, whoever, where they can't run away from a real question, or they can't run away from actually having to address the stupid shit they've said or done, or the divisive shit they've said or done. I mean, that's a pipe dream. That wouldn't happen, but man, it's a boner dream for me. I would love to have that opportunity to just hammer those people and try and start making people understand there is, on almost every major topic we're dealing with, there are happy mediums. And if we find them, that's what allows the generations behind me, that's what allows you younger guys and girls to have a chance to not live in the same kind of vitriolic state that the world is in right now. And I do think there's a possibility of, I think we can get by it. But there's just no voices calling out for it. So if enough of us think the same way and can entice enough people to think along with us, who agree with us that there is a way to do this, who knows what we might be able to accomplish. But even if it never gets big, I do want to spend a great deal of my time I have left trying to help. And trying, again, I know it's an old adage, but just trying to leave things a little bit better in my wake than they were when I first encountered them. And even if I'm only able to do that on individual basis with those of you who want to come to me for advice or a thought on this or that, that's fine. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. That will be in live streams only. And I thought it was only fair to tell you guys because, you guys are our community here. And you will see, obviously, if they're not something you're interested in, just ignore. I was going to say the notifications, like Susan sends you guys notifications. If Susan screws up and sends you a notification and you're not interested in this stuff, just ignore it. But the regular content will stay the same. But I am going to be doing those streams. If those streams do well, I will probably start turning them into a podcast just because that'll allow us to get it out to even more people. And we'll be able to talk about anything we want because we'll hit the hot button items and we'll just do it at Crowdcast. And then maybe start being able to get some people to come on as guests who we can really grill, pick their minds, and see if we can start, I don't know, somehow making a difference. But that's what I'm going to try to do. Thanks for listening to me. This is all going to start tomorrow. We're probably going to have a stream along those lines tomorrow, so buckle in. But guys, thanks for listening to an old man rant, and hopefully you don't get tired of it anytime soon.